Good evening, people of the world. My name's David Reimer. I'm going to be your host here on this stormy Monday evening. For most of you, just like last night, it's not going to be a stormy Monday evening, but guess what? Here we go. Yep, some storms have busted through that cap. And because of that, we're going to go ahead and begin our live coverage at this time. We do not have any severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, etc. right now, but the potential exists for these to continue to try and mature, and if that occurs, we're going to have some issues with hail. We do note a strong to nearly severe thunderstorm now with nickel-sized hail, frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, has set up shop just west of Love Field. Really, it's about to move right over Love Field. This storm may garner a severe thunderstorm warning shortly. The potential for nickel to quarter-size hail now over Love Field, 35E there near Mockingbird. This is going to be moving northeast over the Dallas North Tollway near Loop 12. The potential for nickel, maybe quarter-size hail, frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, heavy rain, and gusty winds. This storm is moving northeast. Right now, it's moving at about 25 miles an hour. So, present course and speed would have this moving up towards, again, the Dallas North Tollway and Loop 12 there, University Park, Highland Park. It's already raining there, and you might be seeing some small hail. If it continues moving northeast, it'll be on a beeline towards Garland and Richardson, Rowlett, Saxe up there on Highway 78. This will move over 635, probably near the high 5 at 75, down towards 78. If the storm continues to intensify and we do what we did yesterday with storm splits, we may end up with some deviant eastward motion with this storm at some point. But all these storms continue to slowly move northeast right now. You can see we've had a couple other storms try to get going. We've got a storm that is over Rowlett right now. That might have some small hail. And then we've got storms up here in eastern Collin County, one near Farmersville up towards Merritt in western Hunt County. And then a storm over Highway 69 near Celeste. Southwest of Wolf City, north of Greenville. So, dominant storm motion with these is going to be to the northeast for now, but eventually, if they intensify, they may end up moving more towards the east. We're going to be live all evening as long as we have thunderstorms, so settle in. If you're not dealing with storms this evening, grab some popcorn, grab a beverage, and we'll be here to talk you through it. But again, we do a thunderstorm initiation. They have blasted through the cap now in parts of Dallas County, Collin County, Rockwall County, and Hunt County. This activity is going to be moving off to the east-northeast at about 25 miles an hour. I don't think we're going to have many storms this evening, but clearly we have more than we did yesterday. So we're just going to have to wait and see here as we approach 7:05 this evening, a later start than the last 2 days, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have to deal with some rowdy thunderstorms. I do expect that we will probably see one or two storms become the dominant storms here. We might start seeing some of these other storms get smushed by the cap and weaken, but we're still in the development phase. The storm that is over Dallas County right now is the one by far that seems to be the strongest. And again, that could be nearing severe limits with quarter-size hail possible over places like Love Field towards Interstate 35E near Mockingbird. All the industrial areas there. East side of Irving, right where Texas Stadium used to sit there off 114, east of Loop 12 and 183. That storm's moving to the northeast with the potential, again, for some nickel to quarter-size hail. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch. I'll go ahead and pop that on the screen here. This severe thunderstorm watch, shown in blue, is going to run through 2 a.m. The potential for hail up to the size of tennis balls, localized damaging wind gusts to 70 miles an hour, and the potential is not zero that we could get a tornado. But again, this severe thunderstorm watch runs from the DFW Metroplex northeast to encompass all of northeast Texas and the Arklatex. Places like Bonham, Paris, Clarksville, Boston, Texarkana, down 59, Atlanta, Jefferson to Interstate 20 and Marshall, west through Longview, Tyler, Canton, Terrell, down to Athens on 175, including Greenville, Mount Pleasant, Mount Vernon. So, those of you in Northeast Texas, you are back in the storm zone this evening, unfortunately. I'm sure y'all are about as happy as I am for that. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued now for Dallas, Collin, Rockwall counties. This severe thunderstorm is located from Dallas Love Field east to University Park, Highland Park, north sides of Dallas, uptown. It's going to be moving northeast at 25 miles an hour. So we'll put a storm track on that, get you some timing, but we now have a severe thunderstorm warning.
Dallas, and Rockwall County in Texas.
For the potential of quarter-size hail, winds to 60 with this thunderstorm. So that means the potential for quarter-size hail, winds to 60. Present course and speed, the hail portion of this storm would be crossing over 635 near Royal Lane, back west to Highway 75 at about 7:20 to 7:25 p.m., so in about 10 to 15 minutes. It's going to be moving northeast towards Garland and Saxe, crossing the George Bush at Highway 78 at about 7:35 to 7:40. If the storm continues moving northeast, it will approach Wiley by 7:55 to 8 p.m., and then thereafter Lake Lavon just after 8 p.m. If this storm does what we saw the storm near Wichita Falls do yesterday, and I think that might be what it's already trying to do, we might see a storm split where one of these storms moves north-northeast and then the second storm moves more easterly. So we're going to have to watch for that, as that could increase the threat to eastern Dallas County and Rockwall County. But regardless, those of you around Love Field probably are getting some hail right now east along Mockingbird to the Dallas North Tollway, Highway 75, up to Loop 12 on both the Dallas North Tollway and Highway 75, as this activity continues moving off to the northeast at 25 miles per hour. And again, we are live on YouTube right now, the Texas Storm Chasers website, and the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. So again, we're going to be here as long as these storms are. If you got folks up here in the Dallas County region, up in northeast Texas, and you want to stay weather aware and make sure they're weather aware tonight, make sure they are watching us here, as we're going to be doing severe weather coverage, Texans for Texas weather. And again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning for northern Dallas County up into southeastern Collin and Rockwall County. A severe thunderstorm near Love Field, east of University Park and Highland Park, capable of producing quarter-size hail that is 1 inch in diameter, with localized damaging wind gusts over 60 miles per hour also possible. We're getting a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning across East Dallas up towards Mesquite, Sunnyvale, and Rowlett. This storm moving off to the northeast at 25 miles an hour, with the potential for at least quarter-size hail that is 1 inch in diameter. So those of you in Richardson, Garland, Saxe, Plano, Murphy, Lucas, Lavon up to Lake Lavon, and Wiley, you are in the path over the next 30 to 60 minutes. Based on this storm moving northeast, and it could have quarter-size hail right now, that's 1 inch in diameter, frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, and heavy rainfall. So y'all let us know what you're seeing where you are. Are y'all up here in northern Dallas? Are you on one of these other storms? We have another strong storm up here near Greenville, northwest of Greenville, on Highway 69. That's going to be near Merritt up towards Celeste. This storm is also showing some signs of intensification, and if that continues, the potential will exist for that to have a severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, let me check the YouTube settings real quick. When we go live, they auto-default to some settings that throw those ads in, so we'll fix that right now. And here we go, so we won't be dealing with that. And again, we do not turn mid-roll ads on for coverage. It defaults on, so I'll kick that off right now, and y'all tuned in won't have to deal with any annoying mid-roll ads. That's what they're called when they pop up in the middle of the stream. So, all right, there we go. We are live again. We've got a severe storm over Love Field. Now into University Park, showing indications of producing larger hail now. You see how that storm icon here has jumped up from 1 inch to 2 inch. That indicates the hail core aloft with this severe thunderstorm now over Highway 75 and Loop 12. Highway 75 up to Forest Lane. The potential increasing. We could start to see some larger hail with this storm. That might be larger than a quarter. We do note a new thunderstorm going up quickly here over Highway 360 near Jerry World, Six Flags Over Texas, and the ballpark in Arlington, which is what I'm going to call it because I can. There at Highway 360, Interstate 30, that storm trying to go up. We'll keep an eye on it. Can't rule it out, but by far this storm over North Dallas, University Park, is one that is attempting to be big, bad, and rather mad, with the potential of hail up to the size of quarters at least, along with the potential of damaging straight line winds. We're going to be watching cameras here closely to see if we can't find one with some hail. We'll pop on the hail, or some cameras up here on Highway 75. This is Highway 75 in Meadow on the top box. Hail potential is increasing with this thunderstorm over North Dallas, and the storm northwest of Greenville is becoming severe. I think we're going to have a severe thunderstorm warning up here north of Greenville shortly in Hunt County. So we're going to be dealing with 2 severe thunderstorms here shortly, and then technically a storm over Wolf City showing indications of producing small hail as well. So at this point, again, we're not doing any sort of spinny doom mischief right now. This is a hail issue with these developing thunderstorms that were able to bust through the cap over the last 30 to 60 minutes. So let's take a look. This is Highway 75 at Meadow Street. You can see traffic is slow. The roads are wet. Here's Highway 75 at University. Not seeing any big chunks of ice falling out of the sky right now, but folks are definitely taking it slow. And then we'll be keeping a very close eye on that. Again, y'all let us know what you end up having to deal with this evening. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch now in effect until 2 a.m. for Northeast Texas and North Texas. This includes DFW Northeast up towards, well, Texarkana. Just got a report from Karen L. Fields on Twitter /X. Looks like we've got probably some dime-size hail falling near Love Field right now. And this activity is going to be moving off to the northeast. Thanks for your hail reports, y'all. Hearing a lot of reports of dime-size hail right now in North Dallas. Pea-size hail in Highland Park. And again, this storm probably, it has much bigger hail aloft right now, but it is not reaching the ground yet. And you can see we have what might be a storm split ongoing, which could help one of these storms start moving more quickly to the northeast. But again, we have no storms in Fort Worth right now, but we do have a storm trying to go up pretty quickly here over Interstate 30 and Highway 360 now east to the George Bush Turnpike. We're going to be watching things here closely. And again, we are live on YouTube. We're live on TexasStormChasers.com and the Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. If we have any tornado warnings at some point this evening, we will be live on every other platform as well. We'll pop the third box on. Third box is going to be Interstate or Highway 75 there at 635. And again, we thank everyone for their reports. And yeah, all these heavy rain, or the heavy rain from these storms, is going to result in some street flooding pretty quick up here in Dallas County. So, a severe thunderstorm at Highway 75 and Interstate 635 moving northeast at about 25 miles an hour. Stand by. New severe thunderstorm warning being issued. This is going to be for the northern storm up here near Wolf City, moving up towards Paris. So this is the potential. The National Weather Service has issued a new severe thunderstorm warning for
Delta, Fannin, Hunt, and Lamar County in Texas.
Or a thunderstorm capable of producing quarter-size hail over Wolf City. So again, this is going to be a severe thunderstorm with a history of producing quarter-size hail over Wolf City. That storm's going to be moving northeast at about 35 miles an hour towards Ladonia, Honey Grove up on 82. Pecan
the National
Gap,
Weather Service
Roxton,
has issued a new
in the city of
severe
Paris. So we'll put a
thunderstorm
storm
warning
track
for
on this, get you all
Hunt
some
County in
timing
Texas.
here in just a second. And this storm over Wolf City, this is going to be in Ladonia, crossing over Highway 34 here in eastern Fannin County by 7:30. Another severe thunderstorm warning coming out for the storm west of Greenville. We'll take a look at that in a minute, and yes, it does have an interesting hook. Roxton, 7:55, and the city of Paris, 8:10 to 8:15. So that's for this storm near Wolf City. Ladonia, 7:30. Roxton, about 7:50 to 7:55. The city of Paris, about 8:10 to 8:15 this evening. And we're going to have a new severe thunderstorm warning coming out any second now for this storm northwest of Greenville. And this storm is going to be moving more to the east at 20 miles an hour. So we had a split. So this is one of these storms moving off to the east. East at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. And that also does have a little bit of mid-level rotation with it. Southwest of Celeste, northwest of Greenville. So we're going to be watching that storm pretty carefully as it moves off to the east with the potential of quarter-size hail. That's 1 inch in diameter. The potential for localized damaging winds over 60 miles an hour. So again, we now have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings. And again, this is just how quickly they can pop up and go once the cap breaks on the atmosphere. Ho, ho, ho. So we've got 1 severe thunderstorm over Interstate 635 and Highway 75, or Interstate 635 and Forest Lane. That's going to be in northeast Dallas, moving up into Garland, Richardson. That storm's moving northeast quickly towards Saxe. We'll put a storm track on it and give you all times. But again, this storm's moving northeast more quickly now at about 30 miles an hour. Saxe, 7:30 to 7:35. Wiley, about 7:40 to 7:45. St. Paul in Lucas, 7:40 to 7:45. Lake Levon, about 7:50. Those of you in Farmersville, the intersection of 78 and 380, 8:10 to 8:15 p.m. And this storm has the potential of producing quarter-size hail. We have a storm still over Love Field to University Park and Highland Park here in fancy part of Dallas. This is going to be capable of producing winds of maybe 55 to 60 miles an hour. Heavy rain, maybe some hail up to the size of quarters. And then we also do have a couple of smaller storms trying to get going back over Grand Prairie. Now, at some point, those 3 storms from Love Field to Grand Prairie and Arlington will probably try to consolidate into one storm, but we'll see. So again, back northeast, severe storm now northwest of the city of Greenville. This storm could have hail up to the size of quarters now on Highway 69. I'll try to put some roads on here for y'all. Highway 69. And give me just a second. I'll call out some roads. And this storm over Hunt County is nearly 60,000 feet tall. Very intense storm that's become a supercell. We could have some hail right now. Highway 69, County Road 3427. That's going to be moving northeast towards Highway 34 and 1566. 118 north of Naylandville. This storm could move towards Naylandville and Commerce. And again, this storm's going to be moving more easterly than these other storms. This is what we call a right split supercell. So it's going to move off to the east. And the threat of hail could become quite significant with this storm. And by significant, I mean this storm could produce hail a magnitude larger than quarters, as in, 2 days ago, 1 day ago, we had storms like this end up dropping baseball size or larger. It's still developing, but that could be the way this goes. Again, the ingredients, the atmosphere, are extremely unstable with the potential of some pretty big hail. So we're going to be watching. We have multiple reports now of quarter-size hail in Richardson around Highway 75 to Interstate 635. We've got quarter-size hail on Beltline Road and Plano Road in Richardson to Garland. We've got quarter-size hail at Highway 75 and Forest Lane. So let's talk about what we have going on, because we're probably going to get busy here. If I'm not talking about you, you're fine right now. There is a severe thunderstorm watch for Northeast Texas, and I want to say thank you to everyone who's helping us out here by helping to relay information. If we're not talking about you and you want to know what's going on, pop up the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app, click radar, or click videos so you can watch our live coverage. Our website, texasstormchasers.com/radar. You can track the storms down to street level. And we're going to be talking about storms as needed. So we have 3, soon to be 4, severe thunderstorms. We have 1 severe storm northeast of Ladonia, northeast of Wolf City, moving northeast towards Ladonia, Honey Grove, and Paris. That storm has the potential of quarter-size hail and localized damaging wind gusts over 60 miles an hour. We have a severe thunderstorm capable of producing golf ball-size hail at least now. This is going to be about 5 miles north of Greenville. This storm is getting into the rambunctious phase, and we don't like storms doing the rambunctious thing. This storm is moving east. Again, this storm is a right turner. It's going to be moving east at about 25 miles an hour. Commerce by 8 p.m., if not 7:50. Naylandville, etc. And those of you north of Greenville, this storm is showing a hook on radar with some weak mid-level rotation. The ingredients are not as favorable as yesterday, but we're going to need to watch it. Well, I should say they're not as favorable as 2 days ago, but they probably are a little more favorable than what we saw in northwest Texas yesterday. So some tornado threat could materialize if that storm continues to organize. We have a severe thunderstorm over Richardson and Garland. That's going to be moving northeast at about 25 miles an hour towards Murphy, St. Paul, and Lake Lavon. That storm's racing northeast towards Farmersville with hail. And then we have another one of these storms, a right split supercell that is over North Dallas, Highland Park, University Park. That's going to start moving more east towards northeast Dallas and Rockwall. That storm could start producing larger hail here soon. And by larger, I mean bigger than quarters. And we're going to have to keep an eye on that as well as it moves east in case it attempts to start rotating. But again, for now, the threat's going to be big hail and localized damaging wind gusts over 60 miles an hour. And again, we're going to be live here on YouTube until the storms are gone. So if you've got folks and friends out here looking for weather information, help us out by giving our
additional information.
Shoot them the stream, shoot them a text, and be like, Baldy's talking about you. So I am Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. It is the 27th of April, 2026.
Texas local storm report from 4 miles southwest of Buckingham in Dallas County.
And this
Texas
has ended up being a pretty busy evening all of a sudden. We're now getting reports of ping pong ball size hail in Richardson, out east
report from
of on Beltline, just east of Plano Road. To Garland, we're starting to get reports of quarter-size hail up here in Saxe. That's going to be riding up 78 towards Wiley, Lake Lavon, and Lavon. So get ready. At least quarter to ping pong ball size hail. The potential for localized damaging winds over 60 miles an hour.
Texas.
Right now, we're not dealing
Hail
with any tornado issues, but that could end up changing with this storm north of Greenville, and we're going to be keeping a close eye on this storm near Highland Park. But for now, hail's the main threat. This storm north of Greenville could have golf ball size hail with it. And that threat of hail increasing beyond golf balls is going to be there. So, we're going to have a new severe thunderstorm warning coming out. The National Weather Service has issued a new severe thunderstorm warning for
Collin, Dallas, and Rockwall County in Texas.
For this Wiley storm, or excuse me, the Dallas storm. So we have two severe storms, well, four. Isn't it great? We have four severe storms now. We've got a severe storm just north of downtown Dallas, up towards northeast Dallas, south sides of Garland. That storm is moving more easterly now at 25 miles an hour. The potential for at least quarter to ping pong ball size hail. 60-mile-an-hour winds moving towards Rockwall County. That's going to move up Interstate 30 from 635 and 30 on the east sides of town up towards Rockwall, Heath, McLendon, Chisholm, Fate, Roy City, Rowlett. This storm, again, there's a hail core here moving into Rowlett. We have a hail core in Richardson, north sides of Garland, and Saxe. And we are seeing hail up to the size of golf balls with the storm moving into Murphy, Saxe from Garland. A severe thunderstorm with this storm over Rowlett down to University Park. I'm going to fix Nightbot here real quick. Nightbot's being a big old pain in the behind. So let me fix that real quick, and we'll get that cleaned up so it stops being such a nag. All right, we'll fix that. We'll fix that. Fix that. I'll fix that. That's fine. All right. Let me do it for the other account here. So again, we have a severe storm over Saxe to Murphy, moving northeast up 78 to Wiley. That could have up to ping pong ball size hail. We have a severe storm over the south sides of Garland to Highland Park, moving east. That could have quarter-size hail. We have a nasty severe storm here north of Greenville. I'm going to go ahead and say this has at least golf ball size hail. That might be pushing 2 inches in diameter, though. Moving off to the east towards Naylandville and Commerce. That's going to stay north of Greenville, unless it turns southeast, which it would have to do, but I think it's moving due east. So those of you in Naylandville up 24 to Commerce, you're under threat of this nasty severe storm, and this could start putting down tennis ball size hail in the next 10 to 15 minutes. We are watching that hook. Modest amounts of rotation with that for now. We'll keep an eye on it. Let me see if we can't get a good storm motion vector. It's going to be 259 at 19. All right. 259. All right, so there's a better look, and there is some weak mid-level rotation with that. And then this storm that was northeast of Wolf City is dissipating. So those of you in Paris, you're fine. Honeygrove, you're fine. Roxton, you're fine. This thing west of Commerce is going to be a problem. So north of Greenville, 69 to 34, all the way up 24 to Naylandville and Commerce. This severe storm heading your way could have at least golf ball size hail. If it keeps intensifying, it's going to start dropping tennis balls in the next 15 minutes. We've got a severe storm over Saxe, Murphy. That storm's moving northeast at about 30 miles an hour. That could have hail up to the size of ping pong balls. We know it's dropping a lot of quarters right now, so that storm's going to be moving off to the northeast. And then we have an intensifying storm now over North Dallas University Park. That storm has the potential to produce ping pong ball size hail at least. We're going to start getting some big hail up here in northeast Dallas in the next 10 minutes. That's moving towards Rowlett and Garland. But we do note this storm over University Park just south and east of Love Field. This is going to be one of these eastward turners, one of these right movers. That's going to result in the potential of this storm moving more towards Rowlett, down Interstate 30, the George Bush Turnpike, north sides of Mesquite, north sides of Sunnyvale, moving east towards Rockwall County, city of Rockwall, down to Heath, Fate, and eventually Royce City. So, we have become busy in the hail department. All right, so at this point, these storms mostly moving either east or northeast at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. The storm over Murphy, Saxe, Wiley moving northeast. We have the storm over University Park, Highland Park moving more easterly. And then we have a storm trying to go up over Irving right now that could have dime-size hail. That's the weakest of what we're dealing with at the moment. So again, from 4 to 3, because that storm near Ladonia died. Severe storm, 4 to 5 miles north of Greenville. The potential of it to produce at least golf ball size hail. To be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if it starts dropping tennis ball size hail soon.
Storm report
That's
from
moving
3 miles
east towards
of
the city of
Richardson
Commerce.
Dallas County,
but especially
Texas.
those of you on Highway 24 near Naylandville. And if this tries to turn a little more southeast, it may end up being an issue for Campbell. But this is going to be an issue for those of you in Commerce, Naylandville, and areas north of Greenville. The potential again for a damaging hailstorm now. Golf ball to perhaps tennis ball size hail with this. And you can see the storm's moving due east at this point at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. And it's got nasty hail. Rotation-wise, we're not seeing a whole lot yet, but the potential will exist for this to attempt some spinny, doom mischief as it moves east over the next hour. Down in Dallas County, severe storm over northeast Dallas, north of downtown, from Highland Park, just east of University Park, moving up into northeast Dallas, and then eventually over the south sides of Garland. That storm's going to be moving northeast at about 25 miles an hour towards Rowlett. We've got a hail dump right now on Rowlett from another storm. And Saxe, that storm's racing northeast right now up towards Lake Lavon. Will S., thanks for the super chat. And yes, this is a hook echo on this storm north of Greenville. That's why I was just taking a look at the velocity mode because, a very well-organized supercell. Watching to see, we're not seeing any, well, that was interesting, distinct low-level rotation with that right now. But I obviously broke the button. So with that, again, we're going to be watching these storms. There's no issues with tornadoes right now, but we have hail. Clearly, with it. All right, I've taken Nightbot into timeout, so we'll let it chill out a little bit. So, big thank you to Sarah and Scott, our amazing moderators, for hopping on so quickly tonight. I will admit this wasn't necessarily on my bingo card, but Mama Nature is evil and wants to make sure I don't have a voice by the end of this, but it's also late April, so it is what it is. It is 7:35 p.m. I'm the one, the only, the Baldy-in-Chief and caffeinated boy known as David Reimer. We're monitoring severe thunderstorms across parts of North Texas this evening, moving into Northeast Texas. Let's tell you what we have. I'm going to go ahead and switch off that. We're going to switch on that. And I'm going to set this to a 1-hour loop just so you can see how quickly this went from nothing to something in a hurry. You can see an hour ago, 6:35, we had a couple of showers in Dallas County, and then whoopee stinking do, everything decided to go whee! And now we're dealing with this. So we have right now 3 severe thunderstorms. We have a severe thunderstorm north of the city of Greenville. That storm has the potential to produce at least golf ball size hail as it moves east towards Naylandville, towards Commerce. That storm could have some pretty big hail right now near 1566 and 118. That's going to be moving east towards Commerce, arriving in Commerce probably by 8 to 8:05 p.m. We have 2 severe storms in Dallas County right now. One is moving up into Collin County. That is going to be over Murphy and Parker over to St. Paul, west side to Lake Lavon. That storm moving northeast. The potential of quarter-size hail, maybe a little bit bigger, as it moves towards Farmersville, Princeton, Copeville, up 78 to Farmersville and Highway 380 over the next, 20 minutes, really. Farther south, severe storm over northeast Dallas. That storm has the potential of producing quarter to ping pong ball size hail in parts of Garland, Rowlett, and northeast Dallas over the next 20 to 30 minutes. And then we do have a storm going up now over Irving, the potential for that storm to produce maybe some dime-size hail as it continues moving northeast, probably at about 25 miles an hour. So this is a day where I can't really give you a good idea of what weather models are going to show because, well, weather models do not handle these individualistic storms very well. CW98, thank you very much for that super chat. Definitely appreciate it. And this activity is going to be capable of producing very large hail, localized damaging winds, heavy rain, cloud-to-ground lightning. The risk of a tornado with some of these storms will not be zero this evening, especially the storm that's going to be north of Greenville. We're going to be watching that carefully. That storm has a wee bit of mid-level rotation with it. Amisha, AMISEA, thanks for
Texas
becoming a community member. Welcome to the family.
Collin County, Texas. Hail magnitude estimated.
And so what we're going to be dealing with is these storms could continue for a few hours, even past sunset. We do note this storm up here west of Commerce. We're starting to get lightning strikes all the way out to northwest of Sulphur Springs and Tira. So we're getting lightning strikes out here along Highway 19 already, and even in places like Campbell. So again, this thing's shooting lightning out way out ahead of it. And it's going to be moving off to the east. So we've got a storm over Irving, just west of Dallas. That's going to be moving up towards Farmers Branch, Love Field. That storm could have small hail. We've got a storm over northeast Dallas. That's moving northeast up
Texas
towards south sides of Garland, Rowlett, Fate, Roy City. We'll put a timer on that real quick.
Hail magnitude estimated 1.25 inches. Reported by public. Additional information, report from Ping.
Those of you in Rockwall, about 7:55 to 8 p.m. Rowlett, about 7:45 to 7:50. Roy City, about 8:10 to 8:15. The National Weather Service has issued a new severe thunderstorm warning for
Collin County in Texas.
Quinlan, 8:25 to 8:30 if this storm continues on its present course and speed. A new severe thunderstorm warning is going to be up here for eastern Collin County. You'll see it pop up here in just a minute. This storm is capable and has a history of producing quarter-size hail, so let's go ahead and zoom on in here. St. Paul and Wiley, it's over you right now. The potential for up to quarter-size hail. Those of you in Farmersville by 8:05. Those of you in Copeville about 7:55 to 8 p.m. Celeste about 8:25 to 8:30. Same thing for Leonard. Have fun. Love you. Those of you southwest of Wolf City about 8:35. And Wolf City, probably by about 8:45 if that storm continues. This storm over northeast Dallas, we're going to have to watch for increasing hail and a wee bit of rotation. Right now, again, we're not doing anything that has, tornado issues right now. But with this storm in East Dallas, this one up here near Naylandville to Commerce, we do have a report now of a rotating wall cloud. That's going to be northeast of the city of Greenville, Texas, moving towards Naylandville. So again, a rotating wall cloud means the thunderstorm is starting to become more organized in the low levels, meaning we're going to have to keep an eye on it. Again, after we get about, this time of night, we start to see increasing amounts of low-level wind shear. And we are starting to see a little bit of increasing rotation now with this thunderstorm northeast of Greenville. This is going to be moving due east towards Commerce and Naylandville. So in addition to the potential of some golf ball size hail, maybe tennis ball size hail, we are starting to see an increasing amount of rotation with this thunderstorm as it moves east towards Commerce. So with that, the potential will exist. We're going to have to watch for large hail, damaging winds, and yes, the potential for perhaps an increasing threat of a tornado in the next hour. Craig, thank you very much for your generous support and super chat. Really appreciate it. So what I'm going to do on my end real quick is when we get tornado warnings, that's when we turn the live streams on for everybody. YouTube supports the whole long duration live stream thing, but then, these other social media networks, not as much. But when we do have severe weather issues that get into the tornado category, that's when we turn everything on, and we anger
Texas
the other
local
networks.
storm report
But again,
from 1
this
mile
is where we're
south of
always going to be
Murphy
doing
in
live
Collin
coverage,
County,
the longest, here on
Texas.
YouTube. And we
Hail
appreciate
magnitude
everybody who's
estimated
popped in
1.00
and helped us
inch.
out this evening. Sarah, our
Reported by
amazing
public.
moderator, Scott, our amazing
Additional
moderator, and then all of
information.
you
Report
who are
from
helping us out big time as well. You want to know how? You're helping keep folks informed. You're helping each other by answering questions in the chat, because people come and go. And, you're helping to spread the word that if, to folks in these areas, guess what? Bad weather's on the way. And, just by watching, that helps too. Because, the more folks watching on YouTube, the more folks we end up being able to get the video out to. So let's talk about what we have going on. And, we're going to need to watch this storm north of Mesquite as well. We're starting to get some pictures and showing a wall cloud with this as well. So let me see. I'm going to do this. And we appreciate y'all's reports, by the way, but please don't go outside and play in the hail. Trisky, thanks for your support. So let's go over what we have. We have 3 severe thunderstorms right now. We have 1 severe storm northeast of Gainesville, moving towards Naylandville, moving towards Commerce. That storm is showing increasing rotation aloft with the potential for at least golf ball size hail. That storm up here is moving east towards Commerce. It's going to be in Commerce by 8 p.m. We have a severe storm back over Lucas, west of Copeville, north of Wiley. That storm showing a bit of a hail core now, moving northeast towards Farmersville and eventually towards Celeste. That storm's moving very quickly northeast, comparatively northeast at 35 miles an hour. We have a severe thunderstorm now over northeast Dallas, moving into Rowlett, north sides of Sunnyvale. This storm showing increasing potential for at least ping pong ball size hail. That's one of these right splits. It's moving almost due east now. And we do note this storm's also starting to become more organized in the low levels. We're seeing a bit of a wall cloud with that, but neither of these storms are producing tornadoes right now. So let's make that clear. Even though we're talking about some rotation, that's aloft. As long as that rotation stays aloft, that thing can spin itself away to, the sun sets and the cows sing, whatever the idiom is, hee hee hee. But hail is the issue right now. I don't like the fact we have discrete supercells out here at 8 p.m., though. We definitely are going to have to watch these storms for some uptick in low-level rotation. We might see the threat of a tornado increase with both the storm in northeast Dallas moving towards Rockwall and the storm moving towards Commerce northeast of Greenville over the next 30 to 60 minutes. So we're here. We're going to be here. Make no mistake about it. That's why I'm yippity-yappity and whoopity-doo. Because my name's Boldy-in-Chief David Reimer, and I say, woohoo! Okay, we are starting to definitely see a little bit more rotation with this storm near Naylandville. So let me show you first off what altitude we're looking at here, because we're not looking as close to the ground. We're looking at 7,500 feet. So that's going to be, the mid-levels. Not great low levels, but it is showing increasing mid-level rotation. Trisky and Chaplain Judy Lynn, thank you very much for your generous super chats. Definitely appreciate it. And y'all, one of the best ways to help us out, hit the like button on the video. That helps tell YouTube that, we're a good stream, and it shows it to more folks who might be able to get some good weather information out of this. So we definitely appreciate each and every one of you. So again, let's talk about what's going to happen tonight. Oh, let me get this stream going on my iPad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the high-res rapid refresh model. And we're going to take a look at what we have going on. But I definitely don't like the trends we're starting to see with both the Northeast Dallas storm and the storm east-northeast of Greenville in the rotation department. It's not uber strong rotation, but it's definitely a organization trend. So we're going to keep watching this very carefully. And we definitely appreciate the visuals y'all are sending to us. You can tag us on social media, Texas Storm Chasers. And let me pull up the on this. And let's see how well this does. If it's
Texas
just, bad data, I'm not going to show y'all.
But
let me at least put a loop on this so y'all know what's going on.
Hail magnitude estimated 1.00 inch. Reported by public. Additional information.
All right, so I'll show you this. This is the high-res rapid refresh model. Do not expect the storms to be exactly where this model shows, and this model usually overdoes the number of storms. But you can see, it does have storms continuing well past sunset up here in northeast Texas, generally through about 9 to 10 p.m., and then it quiets things down. So we may be dealing with some of these storms for a few hours. And as long as they're around, well, we're going to be here, but they are also going to be capable of producing very large hail and damaging straight-line winds. So we're going to have to keep a very close eye on all of these as they continue moving east-northeast. The storm near Wiley, north of Wiley now, moving towards Farmersville. That storm is racing northeast at about 35 to 40 miles an hour. The storm here over East Dallas, northeast Dallas. Look, folks, I don't like to do the whole hyperbole thing, but this storm over northeast Dallas is starting to build one heck of a hail core. We're starting to see some very intense indications of hail aloft. In fact, I'll show you. Here's a two-dimensional view of a 3D storm, and you can see we've got quite a bit of hail up here at about 30,000 feet. This is the storm moving towards Rowlett. So you can see, here's your updraft, and then your hail would fall out here over Rowlett. We're starting to see some very significant indications of a considerable amount of hailstones up in this storm over Rowlett. They may not be reaching the surface yet, but you can see here the hail indication marker increasing. It was 1, 2, now it's up to 3 inches. But that's also 3 inches aloft, not making it down to the ground yet. But I think we're definitely starting to deal with a big hail threat. And by big, I mean could easily start exceeding golf ball size here over far northeast Dallas into Rowlett. Rowlett, you're getting the worst right now. Around the George Bush, Highway 66 to Rowlett Road. And that storm's going to be moving east at 25 miles an hour. So those of you in Rockwall, you're going to get some hail soon. Those of you in Heath, yep, same thing. McLendon, Chisholm, Fate, Royce City, and then it's going to move into southern Hunt County towards Union Valley, Quinlan, Hawk Cove, and eventually towards Lake Tawakoni. And those of you out here on West Tawakoni and East Tawakoni over the next, hour. And again, the potential, if this storm continues to produce hail, at least the size of a golf ball, it could end up being bigger. The potential for damaging straight-line winds over 60 miles an hour, and we are going to be keeping an eye out for any indications of intensifying rotation. Right now, rotation remains weak with this storm, but it's definitely starting to perk up a bit here in northeastern Dallas County. Watching this storm coming into Commerce, you're about to get a nasty hailer. This storm has the potential of producing very large hail, damaging straight-line winds over 60 miles an hour, and at times we've seen some mid-level rotation. It remains fairly weak.
Texas
so I am going to watch this development near a little farther east towards
hail
Commerce.
Magnitude estimated 1.00 inch. Reported by
just
public.
in case we get a
Additional
new circulation that develops out here. So again,
moving.
we have no tornado warnings right now, but we definitely have some rowdy thunderstorms. We're going to be keeping a very, very close eye on all this activity. This is not going to be a good time, by the way, to be on Highway 50 or Highway 24 around Commerce. Likewise, 380 around Farmersville is about to be an unhappy place. And then I-30. Oh, I-30 over Lake Ray Hubbard is definitely not going to be a good place to be, especially if you're on the bridge there over the lake. And again, here's what a view of this is. Here's a view of the storm coming up on Interstate 30 and Bass Pro there over Lake Ray Hubbard. You can see rain-free base up there back towards northeast Dallas and Rockwall. And you can also see the wonderful traffic. And this is a problem. This is a big problem. Interstate 30 going east is closed on the east sides of Lake Ray Hubbard as a major hailstorm approaches. So that's not good. The National Weather Service has issued a new severe thunderstorm warning for
Delta, Hopkins, and Hunt County in Texas.
All right, this is a new severe thunderstorm warning now. That'll be for the storm over Commerce, back down to Naylandville there on Highway 224. That's going to be a severe storm moving east at 35 miles an hour with the potential of golf ball size hail. Localized damaging winds over 60 miles an hour. So this storm over Commerce is going to be moving east towards Tira, Sulphur Springs, Highway 19, Highway 71, Highway 11. And eventually this is going to make it back to Interstate 30 between Sulphur Springs and Mount Vernon. This severe thunderstorm warning through 9 p.m. So that should show you where this storm is going to be over the next hour. The potential for golf ball size hail in Commerce down Highway 24/224 to Naylandville. And then the potential for this storm to continue moving east at about 35 miles an hour. And very quickly, I'll talk about this. We are expecting tomorrow to be pretty busy. Here's the severe weather outlook for tomorrow. And you can see we now have a level 3 out of 5 risk for several severe thunderstorms across North Texas, Northeast Texas, the Arklatex. The potential for hail, baseball size and larger, damaging winds over 70 miles an hour, and it does look like the potential for a few tornadoes. So this is going to be Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night, with some potential for storms all the way down to the hill country. So that's tomorrow. And yes, we are looking at the potential of a few tornadoes. Here's your tornado outlook for tomorrow. And again, very low to low, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. Back to the radar.
Texas local storm report from Rowlett in Dallas County.
Yeah, we're going to be watching
Texas.
things very carefully out
Hail
here.
Magnitude estimated 1.75 inches. Reported by amateur radio.
Just got a report out of
location
Commerce.
estimated.
Let me see that. And thanks for tagging us. Yeah, Commerce is already starting to get hail. Retweet the video there. These cameras are all on Interstate 30 between Rockwall and Northeast Dallas and Rowlett. So we'll see if we see anything besides a abhorrent amount of traffic. So again, pretty nasty looking hail now in Rowlett. We just got a report of golf ball size hail in Rowlett. That was back at 7:52 p.m. So we now have confirmed golf ball size hail in Rowlett. We've got this storm still capable of producing golf ball size hail moving east at about 30 miles an hour, 20 to 30 miles an hour towards Rockwall. This is going to be moving over Interstate 30, over Lake Ray Hubbard, which you can see is gridlock right now going east out of Dallas. These storms had the potential, again, golf ball size hail, damaging winds over 60 miles an hour, very heavy rain, dangerous cloud to ground lightning. Farther north, we have a storm that is capable of producing probably also now, let's see what they've got, the hail size, at least quarter size hail. This is going to be over Farmersville, about to move towards Blue Ridge, may stay just south of Blue Ridge, and then that is going to make it towards Leonard, Bailey, and Celeste. They are on Highway 69. That should stay southeast of Trenton. Eventually, if it does continue, it's going to be up on Highway 82 in Fannin County between Bonham and Honeygrove by 9 p.m. So again, hail with this storm racing northeast at 45 miles an hour towards Leonard, Celeste, Bailey, Wolf City, Ladonia, Honeygrove, and Bonham. That storm, a hail threat. We have new storms trying to go up now back over, well, the George Bush Turnpike here in West Plano to Carrollton, and we have a storm over Highland Park and Love Field again. And this activity is going to keep moving northeast
Texas
in a hurry.
Local storm report from 1 miles north-northwest of Commerce in Hunt County, Texas.
And again,
Hail
this is
magnitude
Interstate
estimated 1.00 inch.
This is Interstate
Reported
30
by train
over
spotter.
Lake Ray Hubbard. Interstate 30 eastbound's closed because of an accident, and you can see all these cars gridlocked as we have a major hailstorm about to move over the interstate. Here's I-30 over Bass Pro. You can see gridlock going east. And then here's farther southwest, back over Broadway. This is northeast Dallas. Looking to see if we have any hail yet. I'm not seeing any, but ouch. At this time, we do not have any issues in the spinny doom department. We have no issues in the tornado department right now. We're watching, though, trust me. Some strong winds, yes. Heavy rain, yes. And you can see we have a couple new storms going up, one over West Plano to Carrollton. That storm's already showing indications of trying to produce hail, so we might get a severe thunderstorm warning for that soon. And then this storm over Love Field that, well, wants to also exist. And then we even have a few showers back over Colleyville to Grapevine. So you can see we definitely have several thunderstorms to deal with this evening. And this is going to continue. Just had a report of 2-inch hail right now with this thunderstorm near Naylandville. So we just had a report of hail larger than the size of golf balls with this thunderstorm moving into the city of Commerce. Again, the cameras on the right, those are all Interstate 30, generally around Rowlett to Lake Ray Hubbard. We're keeping a close eye on this activity. So, let's go back. Here's Rowlett to Rockwall. Again, Rowlett, you've got the hail right now. We've heard up to golf ball size. Y'all let us know how big it was after it stops falling. You can, take pictures with it, with a ruler or, a object that can give a good size relation, like a quarter, coin, golf ball, and hopefully nothing that's bigger than that. But we are watching. We appreciate the reports. We have no tornado warnings. Severe storm over Rowlett, moving towards Rockwall, Heath, Lake Ray Hubbard, and eventually McLendon, Chisholm, Fate. A little tiny tidbit of rotation With this storm, we're seeing a pretty good amount of wind, 40, 50 miles an hour now. Those of you over Lake Ray Hubbard, looks like you're probably getting some strong winds there on the I-30 bridge. Here's I-30 in Dow Rock, gridlock. That's because of an accident. Here's I-30 in Bass Pro. Have a report of golf ball size hail out of Commerce. Thanks for the report, Pete. I'm sorry you're getting that hail. Again, ominous looking skies back here at Bass Pro and Interstate 30. And here's Interstate 30 in Dow Rock with gridlock as a nasty hailstorm starts to move in. We'll keep an eye on those cameras. We'll go back to the how hard it's raining mode. But again, some stronger winds starting to show up out here with this thunderstorm over East Rowlett, moving up towards Rockwall. Back to the main radar we go, where we'll end up, probably somewhere that requires a caffeine fund for me. We are starting to see a little bit of rotation with this storm in East Rowlett, Rockwall. Nothing that's tornadic right now. We're just watching it. Nasty hail about to move out of Rowlett into Rockwall. Highway 205 towards McLindom, Chisholm, and Fate. That storm moving moving east at about 20 miles an hour. Commerce, you're getting the hail. We're getting multiple reports of just at least golf ball size hail out of Commerce right now. We're keeping a very close eye on this activity. Thank you, everyone, sending in your pictures, your videos. You can tag us at Texas Storm Chasers.
Thunderstorm warning for
Colin,
one of the
Delta,
easiest
Fannin,
ways is using
Hunt,
X.
and Lamar County in Texas.
Yes, we will, eventually have a system where you can just, directly send it to us. And admittedly, I should have had that set up already, but, well, you can only do what you can do. Severe storm warning going to go up towards the Red River now. This is going to include northern Hunt, Fannin, and western Lamar counties. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing ping-pong ball size hail. Winds to 60 miles an hour. That's going to be with this storm currently over Merritt to southeast of Blue Ridge. Let's put some storm tracky timies on this. This is going to be moving over Highway 69 in Leonard, 8:15 to 8:20. Bailey, about 8:25 to 8:30. This will be up on Highway 82 from just east of Bonham to Dodge City to Honeygrove, Highway 56 and Highway 82, between 8:40 and 8:50 this evening. Yeah, y'all in Rowlett, well, those pictures you just sent look more like, almost a tennis ball. Seeing some pictures that are definitely bigger than golf balls out of Rowlett. So that storm's moving towards Rockwall. Let's go back to the Commerce storm. Those of you in Commerce, you're getting it right now, and I am so sorry for that. This storm probably producing at least golf ball size hail, slowly moving towards the east, towards Klondike, Cooper, Tira, Ridgeway. Those of you on Highway 154 near Tira. The worst is going to be there by 8:50, but it's probably going to be hailing by 8:35. All right, let's go back to the Rockwall storm. This storm now is producing just all sorts of nastiness in the hail department at Interstate 30 and Highway 205. It's going to be moving east along Highway
Texas
276. So after it impacts Rockwall pretty much right now,
Texas.
this is going to be moving
Hail
towards
magnitude estimated
Union
1.75
Valley. Those of you in
inches.
Union Valley,
Reported
west
by
of
public.
Quinlan, this is going to be there
Additional
by about
information.
8:35
Report from
to
Bank.
8:40. And then the city of Quinlan by 9 p.m. The potential for golf ball to maybe tennis ball size hail with that storm as it moves off to the east. Still have strong storms with small hail back over North Dallas from
Texas
Love
local
Field,
storm report
Interstate
from
35E
1
into
NW
Loop 12
in Dallas
split, all the
County,
way east along Loop
Texas.
12, past the
magnitude
Dallas North
estimated
Tollway, past
1.25
Highway
inches.
75, all the way into Northeast
Reported by
Dallas. That
public.
could have
Additional
some small
information.
hail, heavy
Report
rain,
from
cloud to
Bank.
ground lightning. Same thing with the storm in Plano. The potential for maybe some pea to dime size hail with that. As that storm slowly moves northeast, you can see it has become a little stronger over the last 15 minutes. We're watching this carefully. We have no tornado warnings. We have no indications anything's trying to tornado right now. Just got a lot of hail. So Sulphur Springs, this storm near Commerce is, it is moving more southeast now. So those of you in Sulphur Springs on Highway 11 between Commerce and Sulphur Springs, the potential for at least golf ball size hail could be closer to 2 inches in diameter. Ridgeway to Sulphur Springs, you are in the path of this storm. So Sulphur Springs, heads up, this storm could be there by 8:30. The potential for at least golf ball size hail. Localized damaging winds over 60 miles an hour. And those of you west of these storms at DFW looking off to the east, you're getting great views. You're going to be getting a great lightning show out of this here soon as well once the sun sets. We have no other severe storms outside of those three. We have a couple of showers and storms back in DFW. One storm over Plano, one storm and shower over North Dallas, and then a shower over Colleyville, all moving northeast. Now here's something not to do. You've got bridge bozos here. Eastbound I-30's been closed, so all this gridlock on I-30 eastbound going the brake light version, that's just gridlock traffic. The folks coming towards you with the headlights. Folks, you cannot park under a bridge in a travel lane. No, don't be a bridge bozo. And that term's coined from Ryan Hall, and I like it. This is folks trying to protect their vehicles from the hail. You know what's going to happen one day? You know why we don't like that? It's because one day you're going to be parked there. The whole interstate is going to be blocked from a hailstorm. Folks parking under the bridge to protect their cars. And then you're going to have a huge gridlock traffic jam. Guess what happens? One day, that storm, right after it stops hailing, a very big tornado is going to come into view. And it's going to take all those cars and throw them. And somewhat unpleasantly, coincidentally, guess what? This area, literally, I-30 and the President George Bush Turnpike, the 26th of December, 2015. Guess what? Right here, back in Rowlett, the EF4 tornado launched cars off Interstate 30, and we had fatalities from that. So that's why we say don't park under bridges when it comes to, highway travel lanes. Amanda, thanks very much for that super chat. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. So that's why a lot of weather folks rant. You've seen movies, you've seen probably some old TV footage from 1991 in Kansas of a reporter taking shelter under a bridge, getting hit by a tornado and being fine. Well, that's because that bridge is different than most bridges we have nowadays. The bridges nowadays, guess what? They would actually accelerate the tornadic winds and collect debris. There have been some very bad incidents.
The National Weather Service has issued a new flash flood warning for
Dallas County
bad
in Texas.
Incidents where we've seen some very bad things happen to people who take shelter from tornadoes under overpasses. We do have a flash flood warning now for northern Dallas County, northeastern Dallas County. That includes the White Rock Lake Creek area. Highland Park, University Park, northeast Dallas, Garland to Sunnyvale, west of Rowlett. A flash flood warning is now in effect until 10:15 p.m. Tiffany, thank you very much for that super chat. and Fate, no. Right now, I have no issues with, or no concerns of Tornado Doom. Those of you in Fate, you're about to get some of the hail. It may stay just south of you. And you can see this is a nasty supercell now on I-30 up in Rockwall. Nasty hail core. I'm going to try to pull up a video stream of that. And those of you on I-30 in Rockwall are just getting pummeled with hail right now. Here's a view from I-30 at Mims Road. This is just southwest of Rockwall. I was looking to see if we could see any hail. You can see the video compression's horrible, but no, you can. Look, you can see splashing there in the front of those headlights. That was hail bouncing. So again, you can see there's no one on I-30 right now because they're probably all parked under a bridge up here near Rockwall. Let's see if you can see any hail bouncing off the ground up here. You can see raindrops. You can see, I think the hail keeps hitting the camera and knocking the camera feed out. So again, that's I-30 in Rockwall. And that's just a nasty sauce of a hail core. That's going to be moving east on 276. Probably staying just north of McClendon, Chisholm, and Heath. That's going to move east down 276 towards Quinlan, towards Union Valley. Union Valley there at the intersection of FM 1165 and 276, and 35. Union Valley, you're going to begin this storm by probably 8:35 to 8:40. Quinlan, probably by 9. And again, this is a nasty, severe storm. Moving off to the east at 30 miles an hour. Tennis ball size hail possible now in the Rockwall area. So that's now tennis ball.
The National Weather Service has issued a new severe thunderstorm warning for
Collin, Hunt, Kaufman, Rains, Rockwall, and Van Zandt County in Texas.
That's tennis ball size hail. Possible now in Rockwall. That's moving east down Highway 276 towards Union Valley and Quinlan. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing tennis ball size hail. This severe thunderstorm warning includes Rockwall County, southern Hunt, northeastern Kaufman, northwestern Van Zandt, northwestern Rains, and southeastern Collin counties. Severe storm capable of producing tennis ball size hail and damaging winds to 60 miles an hour. This will be near Quinlan. That's not right. Well, they say it's going to be in Quinlan by 8:30. I don't know. That might be a little too quick. But this is moving towards Quinlan, Lake Tawakoni, Hawk Cove, West Tawakoni, East Tawakoni, Lake Ray Hubbard, Cache, Dixon, McClendon Chisholm, Union Valley, Nevada, and Lone Oak. Again, the potential for tennis ball size hail with this thunderstorm moving to the east at 25 to 30 miles an hour. Up here, Commerce, you're clear from the storm that brought y'all at least golf ball size hail. That storm's now just north of Ridgeway. Moving off to the east at 30 miles an hour. So those of you from Tira to Sulphur Springs, heads up there on Highway 154, the potential for golf ball size hail and localized damage to straight line winds over 60 miles an hour. It's heading your way. Greenville, you're good. Those of you in Celeste, you're getting this hailstorm now. The potential for ping pong ball size hail as it moves off to the northeast at 45 to 50 miles an hour. This is one of these left split storms, meaning it's moving more northeast and it's moving quickly at about 45 to 50 miles an hour towards Wolf City, Ladonia, and Honey Grove. So those of you from Honey Grove to Ladonia, Toco, southwest of Paris, Roxton, Wolf City, it's heading your way, and this could eventually get near Paris by 9:15 p.m. Back in DFW, we do have a storm over Plano with small hail. That could have P to dime size hail over Plano, Highway 75, north of George Bush, south of the Sam Ray Tollway. I completely forgot its name for a second. So this is going to be moving northeast towards Parker, Lucas, eventually Farmersville, and Copeville again. And Lake Levon. That storm, right now, peta-dime size hail. And then we have a shower over North Dallas, north of University Park, over the Dallas North Tollway, Highway 75, just south of 635. That shower, some brief heavy rain. Now, this storm out here near Heath is looking pretty mean and nasty. We're going to take a little more of an in-depth look at this. See if we have any super-duper rotation showing up. And we really don't. We have some modest rotation with this as it moves off to the east at about 25 miles an hour. And again, this storm has the potential of producing hail up to the size of tennis balls. As it moves east, we're watching it very closely. Up here, northwest of Sulphur Springs, they've gone ahead and upgraded this warning. The potential now for tennis ball size hail. North of Ridgeway, moving east. This storm is capable of producing tennis ball size hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. We do not have any tornado warnings at this time, nor do I expect any tornado warnings in the next, well, several minutes at least, but we're watching things carefully. Don't you worry about that. Looks like we do have a few storms firing up a little farther south. We've got a little shower that's fired up north of Goldwaite. That is starting to shoot out a little lightning. That's over Pretty, west of Pottsville, well west of Hamilton. We'll watch this storm just in case it intensifies down here farther south. But again, we have had a little storm fire up over Pretty there on Highway 16. That's going to move northeast, and if it does develop, it could become a hailer. We'll go back up here now. Severe storm capable of producing tennis ball size hail. And yeah, there is a little bit of increasing rotation with it. Over Heath. McLindom Chisholm probably have what's called a rotating wall cloud. You probably might even see some motion in that wall cloud with slow rotation. This storm's moving east along Highway 276 towards Union Grove and Quinlan. Union Valley in Quinlan. Right now, the worst of the hail is just southeast of I-30 and Fate. Moving east out of Rockwall. Rowlett is clear from this storm. And again, it's going to be moving off to the east. At about 25 miles an hour. The potential for tennis ball size hail. And localized damaging wind gusts over 60 miles an hour. And yeah, we will keep an eye out just in case it tries to start being mischievous in the spinny doom department. Right now, it's not. Up here. Boy, we're getting pictures out of Commerce. Looks like they did have tennis ball size hail. Yikes. All right. Let me put the motion back on here, and thanks for watching, y'all. Really appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like button on the video if you enjoy the information. It helps us get the video out to more folks who might benefit from the severe weather information we're providing here. No mid-roll ads. Just a lot of nastiness. So I'm Texas Weather Roundup, Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. It is 8:20 p.m. here on the 27th of April, 2026. Monitoring some pretty rowdy thunderstorms across eastern North Texas, now exiting the DFW Metroplex. We still have a storm around Plano and Allen. That might have some very small hail. We have a very intense storm out here east of Rockwall from near Fate to just west of Union Valley on Highway 276. That storm is capable of producing tennis ball size hail and damaging straight line winds over 60 miles an hour. Likewise, we also have an intense severe thunderstorm. Thank you, Angel, very much for your super chat. Appreciate it. An intense severe thunderstorm out here north of Brashear, northeast of Cumbie, east of Commerce, northwest of Sulphur Springs. That storm's moving east. That's going to be crossing over Highway 154 between Tira and Sulphur Springs. The worst should stay just north of Sulphur Springs, though if we had any rotation with this, it might pass a little closer to Sulphur Springs. Okay, up here near Celeste and Leonard, we have a severe storm moving northeast quickly at about 50 miles an hour. The potential for quarter-size hail and localized damaging winds over 60 miles an hour. This will be crossing over Highway 11 from Wolf City to Bailey in the next 5 to 10 minutes. After that, it's moving towards Goober and Ladonia by probably 8:35. And then those of you up in Honeygrove to Toco, Roxton, the potential for this to impact from Dodge City to Honeygrove to Roxton on Highway 82 and 56, probably by about 9 p.m. And then we have this storm over East Plano, East Allen to Lucas. That could have very small hail, brief heavy rain, gusty winds, and cloud to ground lightning. So again, at this point, the two most intense storms by far, one is going to be northwest of Sulphur Springs, and then two, this thing from just south of Royce City, southeast of Fate, to near Union Valley, west of Quinlan, just north of McClendon Chisholm. That thing looks mean. Let me tell you, that thing is mean, and mean. And these storms are moving east. Both these storms are moving east at about 30 miles per hour. Fate, yes. Once the hail stops, it's done, unless you get a new storm, which is not likely in the short term. We do note this storm northeast of Goldwaith.
Texas local storm report from 2 miles southeast
near
of
Pretty,
Fate in
west of
Rockwall
Pottsville.
County,
Now
Texas.
just north of Highway 218,
Hail
east of Highway
estimated
16.
2.00
Could have
inches.
some maybe dime to nickel size
Reported by
hail with
public.
it. That could move towards
Additional
Lampkin
information. Report
and
from
Pottsville over the next hour if it were to develop. But by far, these are our mad storms up here, now northeast of the DFW Metroplex. One just northwest of Sulphur
Texas
Springs
local storm report from 1
with
mile
hail,
southwest
could be up
of
to tennis
Rockwall in
balls,
Rockwall County,
and then very
Texas.
nasty hail now just
Hail
northeast of
magnitude
McClendon
estimated
Chisholm, just southeast of
1.75
Fate.
inches.
That storm's moving
Reported
east
by
towards
public.
Union Valley and Quinlan on
Additional
Highway
information.
276.
Report from Ping.
All right, here's what I'm going to do real quick. It's that magical time of the hour where I drink too much water, so I have to go skedaddle to the little boy's room real quick. I will be right back. You're going to see a frozen picture of me because I'm not taking you with me, and you're not going to hear anything for about a minute, and assuming I don't trip on something and hurt myself, I'll be back here in 1 minute. So don't go away. I'll be right back. Thanks, everybody. Let's have a snack. No, I'm kidding.
Texas local storm report from Fate in Rockwall County, Texas. Hail magnitude estimated 1.50 inches. Reported by public. Additional information, report from Ping. Texas local storm report from 1 mile southeast of Fate in Rockwall County, Texas. Hail magnitude estimated 1.50 inches. Reported by public. Additional information, report from Ping.
Well, would you look at that, ladies and gentlemen? I'm still here. So, I did not trip and die. I turned the air conditioner down a little because 80 is a little excessive for when I'm sitting here. So let's turn my camera back on so you can stare at my ugly mug. There y'all, guess what? It's another day with more hailstorms. We have no tornado warnings right now. So this is not something that, we're concerned about something dropping a tornado right now. These are hailers, which, mind you, they are quite potent hailers. So I don't want you to assume that, because if you end up under one of these, you're getting a bad day in the hail department. Okay, let's talk about Mama Nature's temper tantrums. We're monitoring 3 severe thunderstorms. One is now just northwest of Sulphur Springs. That's going to be crossing over Highway 19 near Highway 71. The worst is going to stay just north of Sulphur Springs, so that's good for y'all. Storm's going to continue moving east at about 30 to 35 miles an hour. Hold on. Sorry, I have a portable air conditioner right next to me. I was adjusting it to make it not super hot. That's what happens when you have 12 computer monitors and 2 big PCs. So this is going to be a severe storm passing just south of Tira, kind of along and south of 71 towards the north sides of Sulphur Springs. This is going to be moving east towards Sulphur Bluff there on 71, then crossing over Highway 69, County Road 69 to County Road 900, 1537, 3236, over 2285 right now northwest of Wichita Falls, good gravy, north of Sulphur Springs. And again, could be some decent wind with this as well. So big hail up to the size of tennis balls and nasty sauce wind. Down here in southern Hunk County, this thing just has a nasty look to it. I'll tell you what, this thing is big, bad, very mad. It is throwing out some mega hail. Potential for it to produce hail up to the size of tennis balls and localized damaging straight line winds of 60 to 65 miles an hour. And yeah, we are taking a look at this little hook northeast of McClendon Chisholm, just southwest of Union Valley. Danny, thanks for becoming a super duper and welcome to the family. Appreciate the support. So let's take a pause real quick. Let's take a look at the radar. We're going to use one of the radars installed for wind shear detection. It's much shorter range, but it also has a higher level of fidelity. And we are starting to see a bit of rotation now with this thunderstorm northeast of McClendon Chisholm. Aquaworks, Rain Gutters, thank you very much for your support. Appreciate it. So what we're looking at here, this is going to be your winds moving away from the radar. And then these colors in the green, that's your winds moving towards the radar with my very pitiful looking marker of doom there. So let's press some buttons. And again, we've got winds moving towards that radar near Love Field about 30, winds moving away at about 40. So yeah, we're going to have to watch this. We are starting to actually see some increasing rotation with this now. And we'll see. It's just something we're monitoring. Remember, a lot of these storms produce rotation in the mid-levels that never reach the surface. So I'm not saying we're, getting tornadic issues here, but we are starting to see a bit of an uptick in the rotation department with this storm near McLindom Chisholm, northeast of McLindom Chisholm, moving east along Highway 276 towards Quinlan and Union Valley. A lot of cities are going to throw out, or are going to. Hold on. I might have to get a snack. My mind's wandering, but I am starting to get a little more concerned with rotation now. Just had a reported tennis ball size hail just west of Union Valley. That's going to be out here in southern Hunt County. And yeah, I'm starting to get a little more concerned with this storm. Yeah. A little more concerned with the low level rotation component here southwest of Quinlan. So we might end up with something to deal with here in the spinny doom department. Not yet though, but those of you from Union Valley to Quinlan to Lake Tawakoni, West Tawakoni, keep your head on guard. You at least have golf ball to tennis ball size hail moving east down Highway 276. But we are also starting to see some uptick in the rotation here. Just southwest of Union Valley, coming up on FM 1565, probably 3 to 5 miles south of Highway 276. So we're going to have to watch that carefully, and we're going to be, make no mistake about it. That storm moving east at 28. Those of you north of Sulphur Springs, we have a hailstorm now, moving off to the east at about 35 miles an hour. They'll be moving off to the east at about 35 miles an hour. The potential for localized damaging straight line winds of 60 miles an hour and tennis ball size hail. That's going to be moving east towards County Road 69, Mount Vernon, and eventually maybe towards Mount Pleasant here, just north of Interstate 30 in Winfield. This storm up here moving east at 35 with the potential of up to tennis ball size hail and damaging straight line winds over 60 miles an hour. Back up here, northeast of Wolf City. This storm's now northeast of Highway 11, moving northeast very quickly with the potential of quarter-size hail. So smaller than the other storms. That's moving northeast towards Honeygrove, Wyndham, Petty, Brookston, Toco, and eventually this storm will approach the west sides of Paris up in Lamar County. So this is one of these storms with hail. I'm not worried about tornadoes with it. We could also have some strong winds. Back southwest, that storm in Collin County is getting a little more organized. But still, just, maybe some pea-size hail as it moves northeast over Lake Lavon, Lucas, up towards Farmersville, Copeville, with some occasional cloud-to-ground lightning strikes. Otherwise, we have nothing else in DFW except a shower back here on Interstate 35E and Highway 121. And then this storm's west of Hamilton. It's still going. Maybe some brief heavy rain, small hail north of Highway 218, moving towards Lampkin there on Highway 36. But I don't think this storm really has much potential with it based on the way it's looking. So we continue to monitor this storm moving towards Quinlan. It's probably the most intense we have right now besides the storm up north of Sulphur Springs. Potential for tennis ball size hail, damaging winds over 60 miles an hour, and very heavy rain. This storm's one you're going to want to get away from windows for. So those of you in Quinlan, Union Valley, you're getting walloped right now. Those of you in Quinlan, you're next. Quinlan, expect destructive hail in the next 15 minutes. After that, the storm's riding east down Highway 276 towards Lake Tawakoni, West Tawakoni, East Tawakoni. Those of you out near Lone Oak and Point, this is heading your way as well. Same thing in Emory. So that's going to be on 276 moving east. And then the other storm we're watching with the potential of large hail is up here now north of Sulphur Springs, moving over Highway 154, moving off to the east at about, if I can ever click a button, about 35 miles an hour. We note that the hail threat here is down from tennis balls to golf balls. Here's what the Storm Prediction Center is saying about it. They're saying the potential for very large hail, localized damaging winds, perhaps a tornado or two continues east of the DFW Metroplex up here into parts of northeast Texas. So we're watching this carefully. And we continue to do so. So this storm up here is going to be moving east towards Sulphur Bluff, County Road 69, County Road 900, and eventually it's going to pass close to Mount Vernon by about 9:15, Winfield probably about 9:30 to 9:35. Back here in Collin County, Lucas to St. Paul, this storm over the west sides of Lake Lavon, moving northeast towards Farmersville, Copeville, maybe some pea-sized hail. It's not a severe storm. Then we have a shower. It's just a shower, not even any cloud-to-ground lightning right now. Just moved across 35E there near Business 121. It's about to move across the Sam Rayburn Tollway. I remembered it. I think I called it the Sam Roy earlier. It's because I was talking about lakes. All right. Otherwise, a little baby shower storm out here northwest of Hamlin. Not much to write home about with that. And then this storm near Quinlan. And I'm seeing some model data coming for tomorrow. I am quite afraid those of you in DFW are not going to like it. We're probably going to be doing this again, except earlier and probably more west. So tomorrow definitely has the look of a busy severe weather day, with maybe all modes of severe weather, including monster hail. So I can guarantee now, I'll guarantee it, 100%, unless I'm in the hospital because I gave myself another esophageal ulcer that bled. We'll be here with live coverage tomorrow. We'll get that scheduled on YouTube probably tonight or tomorrow morning, so y'all can instantly see it. But yeah, we're going to be here. We'll do our best to bring you live storm chasing video and whatnot. Bob, if you're listening, reach out if you're chasing tomorrow. So, this severe storm on Highway 276 over Quinlan is moving east towards Hawk Cove, west Tawakoni, Lake Tawakoni, east Tawakoni, and then eventually Point and Emery at about 30 miles an hour. And this does have a history of producing tennis ball size hail, damaging winds, heavy rain. By the way, the ulcer thing was over 10 years ago at this point, so it's not something like going right now, don't worry. But story time is, yeah, I ended up in the hospital for quite a while. Had a bunch of blood transfusions. What is that sound? Oh, okay. So with that, yeah. This storm coming up to Quinlan does have some modest rotation with it. Nothing that warrants a tornado warning, but we're watching it. Yeah, I'm thinking we're probably going to start, based on the way things are looking, probably 4 or 5 p.m. tomorrow. But regardless, we're going to start right before it looks like storms are going to develop. So we'll be here regardless, but we'll take a look at data tonight and see. But yeah, tomorrow has the inklings of a busy day. I'll quickly show you that. You've got 50 million cities on here. I'm sorry, but Northeast Texas under threat tomorrow, North Texas, and then, yeah, it's just not a pleasant situation. So back to the radar we go. Hello, Quinlan. Ho, ho, ho. And again, this storm has a history of producing tennis ball size hail. Boy, I can tell you're sweaty. You want to know why? You stepped in front of the air intake. You're fine. This is moving off to the east at about 30 miles an hour. And boy, wait till you see her tomorrow. Yep. This storm moving off to the east. Quinlan, Lake Tawakoni, West Tawakoni, Hawk Cove. Prepare for up to tennis ball size hail. Damaging straight line winds over 60 miles an hour. We're not doing the tornado thing. And then up here northeast of Sulphur Springs, this storm has the potential of golf ball size hail. It's weaker than it was earlier, but it still definitely has hail. Moving east at about 30 miles an hour. So those of you out here from Mount Vernon to Mount Pleasant, heads up. And then we have this storm, two little storms now technically, from Dodge City to Honey Grove. That's moving off to the northeast at about 40 miles an hour. That storm is finally starting to take a chill pill. Hail could still be up to quarters, but it's looking weaker, which makes me happy. And then those of you in southeastern Collin County, this storm over Lake Lavon, it's starting to look actually a little more oomphy. Could be some dime to nickel size hail. Localized damaging winds. Well, I say localized damaging winds. Really wind gusts over maybe 45 to 50 miles per hour. A big thanks to our moderators, Scott and Sarah, for helping out tonight. We definitely appreciate it. And going back to Quinlan, keeping an eye on this storm, a little bit of rotation showing up here in this hook. I'm going to switch to the terminal Doppler weather radar. We're starting to get right on its edge, but yeah, there's a little rotation. It's weak, showing up southwest of Quinlan. Again, we don't have any tornado warnings. We don't issue the tornado warnings. Thankfully, I don't want that job, but yeah, we're watching a bit of rotation with this storm southwest of Quinlan. It's just an indicator of a rotating severe thunderstorm, so we'll probably have some gusty winds. We're definitely going to be monitoring things carefully here. The potential for hail in Quinlan. Y'all in Quinlan, let us know. DFW, you're clear for now, but there is a risk overnight, a slight one, but it's not zero, that we could have storms at like 3 or 4 a.m. And if that happens, they'd have hail. So for now, you're fine. But as always, the caveat being, if you suddenly look outside and you see a thunderhead with lightning in your vicinity, well, clearly Mother Nature's being mean and hateful. You all know how humid it's been the last few days. One consequence of that is we have a lot of instability. So once the storms actually, if they're able to bust through the cap, and clearly they were, they go up real quick, 15 minutes. And I know, me trying to give that forecast to people's like, oh, you get paid to be wrong all the time. Well, in this day and age, right now at least, it's more about looking out the window, watching satellite, and dealing with that. So there definitely is a little bit of rotation now with this storm near Quinlan. A little more than we've had earlier. So we're watching it carefully. Main threat remains hail, but there is rotation. So those of you from Quinlan, east on 276 to Lake Tawakoni, and the towns on either side of the lake, heads up. Hail up to the size of tennis balls, damaging straight line winds over 60 miles an hour, and some rotation. Those of you northeast of Sulphur, or in Sulphur Springs, you're clear from this storm. It's northeast of you now, moving east at about, 35 miles an hour towards Highway 37, Mount Vernon, Winfield, and Mount Pleasant. You can see cameras here in DFW up near Rowlett and Rockwall. You can see the storm has moved out. Traffic has cleared up. Well, okay, traffic's kind of cleared out. And there you go. Prince Charming, I'm glad you're able to get your car under shelter. Great job staying situationally aware. I always like to hear those good stories. So, Mount Vernon. Heads up. This should stay south of Sulphur Bluff. The potential for maybe some quarter-size hail with this storm. Now, the farther east these storms go, especially now that we're getting to 9 p.m., do y'all remember that model data I showed earlier that had storms generally weakening 9 to 10, 11 p.m. as they moved east? Well, we'll see if that happens. This one, northeast of Sulphur Springs, certainly has. Notice that it has become smaller. Up here in northeastern parts of Hopkins County. So hopefully that means the storm's starting to run into that lid on the atmosphere, and if it is, hopefully it continues weakening. Those of you up on Highway 56 and 82 from Dodge City to Windham to Honey Grove, you can see y'all are getting a storm. The hail threat has really come down with this one up here. I think we're probably near or below the size of a quarter, so we'll probably see this severe thunderstorm warning go away soon as that moves northeast. But again, those of you on 82 from Dodge City to Windham, Honey Grove to Petty to Brookston to Toco, and then eventually even up to Sumner here in western Lamar County, you're probably about to get some rain, some cloud-to-ground lightning, and small hail. Watching this storm pass over north sides of Lake Lavon right now in southeastern Collin County, the potential for small hail, maybe the size of peas, maybe dime size, so beaver nugget size, if you prefer that, sonic ice size. And then back here, this shower has now been promoted to thunderstorm status. We're getting cloud-to-ground lightning now over North Carrollton, East Louisville. It's going to be moving into the colony in Hebron shortly. Greg, sorry you got the hail. Thanks for the report. That's definitely no good. Be on the watch tomorrow. And I'll say this, everyone in DFW watching, you need to pay attention to the weather after 3 p.m. tomorrow. We're going to be here with live coverage, but tomorrow could be rough, the way it's looking. Tomorrow could be one of those nasty days where we're dealing with a lot of nasty, nasty sauce in terms of the threat of big hail, big wind, and maybe even the threat of a tornado. And before this stream ends, we will show you what the model data looks like tomorrow. And I'm probably going to have to make a video tonight to put out for tomorrow. But if we're doing this live coverage until after 10 p.m., there might not be too much of a point. But it is worth noting the high-res rapid refresh model. I'm going to show you this, actually. Because this actually, I'm just taking a look at it. And, yeah. So let me do this. I'm going to load this real quick. I want you all to see it. Because we might have storms overnight and tomorrow morning. Maybe. I need to knock some of these city labels off. Let me do this. I'm going to load this model through tomorrow morning. What time is it? 8:50. And I'm just going to run this through 1 p.m. tomorrow. And again, this isn't necessarily going to be right, but I've seen enough data from it now to be concerned. So here's the HRRR model overnight. It weakens these storms in northeast Texas, but then look, guess what? Storms fire up West Texas, move across the big country, Texome, and North Texas tomorrow morning into early tomorrow afternoon. And yes, if this happens, guess what? There might be some hail with these storms tomorrow morning. But also, if this plays out like this model shows and we end up with storms leaving a boundary of sorts, we might have some problems with that by late tomorrow afternoon in North Texas. Regardless, tomorrow night I'm expecting busy. So just a quick look at that. We'll take a look at more of that before we end the stream later when storms calm down, if that model's right, hopefully, in the next hour. But let's go back to it. Lake Tawakoni, West Tawakoni, you're getting slammed with hail now. And just from that, Kelsey, thanks for the report of at least 1-inch diameter size hail in West Tawakoni. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. The storm in Quinlan's moving due east. It will stay south of Sulphur Springs. So those of you in East Tawakoni and Emory, you're next. This storm is going to be moving into Emory probably by 9:15. East Tawakoni, the next 5 minutes. Point, same thing. The potential for at least golf ball size hail. Now, golf ball size hail reported in Quinlan. That's probably moving into West Tawakoni now, Lake Tawakoni. East Tawakoni, you'll be getting the hail here shortly. Could be at least golf ball size based on the reports. And technically, it's warmed up to tennis balls. So y'all let us know. Up here in Collin County, we do have a few small thunderstorms with small hail and cloud-to-ground lightning. They're not severe.
The National Weather Service has issued a new severe thunderstorm warning for
Hopkins County in Texas.
Excuse me. Water time. All right, new severe thunderstorm warning for Hopkins County. Yeah, those storms tomorrow morning could stabilize things. But if they depart early enough, well, I can tell you, it's going to be location dependent. What the morning round of storms is going to do is they're going to leave an outflow boundary. And that boundary can act as a way to initiate storms tomorrow afternoon and also enhance the ingredients, especially in the low levels. So that could actually increase the threat of a few tornadoes tomorrow, wherever that outflow boundary sets up. We'll be talking about and watching for it tomorrow afternoon quite frequently. But if those storms stuck around...
The National Weather Service has issued a new severe thunderstorm warning for
Franklin, Red River, and Titus County in Texas.
Stuck around and kept cloud cover, yeah, it would probably lower the severe risk. And that might be a thing that happens in northeast Texas tomorrow. It may shift the risk farther west and south. But we'll be talking a lot more about that. We're going to have a video out in the morning for sure. I know I begin them out at like noon. I'm probably going to stay up late and just record one tonight at like 1 or 2 and get it out. So, severe thunderstorm warnings now. We've got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Franklin County, eastern, southeastern Hopkins County. This is going to be for a severe storm capable of producing ping-pong ball-size hail. This is going to be moving off to the east towards Mount Vernon, Winfield, Talco, and Mount Pleasant. Radar's actually gotten pretty robust again with the hail. We're going to switch radar sites for a better low-level view here.
Hail magnitude
and you can see this storm's going to be moving off to the east at about 35 miles an hour. So those of you in Mount Vernon, Winfield, and eventually maybe even Mount Pleasant, this is heading your way. Hagensport and Talco, same thing. The potential for quarter to golf ball size hail. And low damaging straight line wind potential. Then this storm over Lake Tawakoni right now, about to move east of the lake into East Tawakoni Point, and then into Emory. That storm has the potential for golf ball to tennis ball size hail, localized damaging straight line winds. Not doing the tornado thing, thankfully. DFW, you're clear for now. Now, you've still got some storms around Louisville to
Texas local storm
Allen
report
with small hail and lightning.
Southeast of Quinlan in Hunt County, Texas. Hail magnitude estimated 1.75 inches. Reported by Storm Chaser. Additional information, Spotter Network report.
But we're definitely watching with this activity as it moves off to
The National
east.
Weather
And again,
Service has
we could have
issued
some
a
storms
new
out here in
severe
the morning.
thunderstorm warning
That storm
for
northwest of Hamilton
Hopkins,
has died,
Hunt,
by the way.
Rains, and Van Zandt County in Texas.
Yeah, I'm afraid West Tawakoni probably got blasted. East Tawakoni, you're getting the lightning. You're about to get the hail. Strong winds as well. You can see just nasty, nasty indications here. Hail could be at least golf ball size. And then we have that new severe thunderstorm warning. That's going to be for Rains County and southern Hopkins County. This will stay south of Sulphur Springs. The severe thunderstorm warning includes places like Point, Emory, Miller Grove, Lone Oak, Willow Springs, Flats, Alsa, Seymour, Arabella, Cornersville, Cache, and Hermit's Cove. As it moves off to the east. And yeah, those of you using the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app, we've been testing out alerts. We don't even advertise that. But it does actually do that now. It's still in testing though, so we don't advertise that as a actual feature, but it's free. So that's another reason to grab the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Thanks for the report out of Commerce. Appreciate it. Yeah, y'all got slammed with hail earlier. So, the storm near Honey Grove apparently is still producing quarter-size hail. Just got a report in of quarter-size hail here in Honey Grove as that storm moves off to the northeast slowly, and it's weakening. And then this nasty storm out here over Lake Tawakoni, about to exit West Tawakoni and move east of the lake into East Tawakoni. So those of you in Flats, Emory, Point, East Tawakoni, I'm sorry, you're about to get ouched with the hail. Y'all let us know how big it is. Just let us know after the fact when it stops falling. We still have some activity out here in southern Collin County. One storm northwest of Caddo Mills. That could have very small hail. Heavy rain. And then some showers up in Plano and Louisville. So unless something new happens, we should be done with storms of DFW until tomorrow morning. We are probably going to see storms of DFW near tomorrow morning. And those could have some hail from the Big Country, Texoma east. And we might even have some activity
Texas
down in the
storm report
Concho
from
Valley
Grove
as well.
in Fannin County, Texas. Hail magnitude estimated 1.00 inch. Reported by public. Additional information, report from Ping.
So it's coming up to 9 p.m. I'm Texas Weather Roundup's Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. We've got, at this point, we're almost down to 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. So that one near Honey Grove, well, no, 2. That warning's gone. So we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings now. We have a severe storm northwest of Mount Vernon. That storm's actually perking back up. That hail core is looking pretty nasty sauce now. And then we have a severe storm near Lake Tawakoni moving east. Both these storms are moving due east at 30 to 40 miles an hour with the potential of hail, golf ball size, could be a little bigger, and localized damaging winds over 60 miles per hour. This activity has a history of producing big hail all the way back into the east sides of the Metroplex, up to tennis balls. Just nasty, nasty, nasty. No. Longview, Tyler, I-20 is not dealing with any of this. We're down to pretty much 2 severe storms now. One coming into Mount Vernon, just north of town, just north of Saltillo, just north of Mount Vernon, about to cross over Highway 37. And then a second severe storm over Lake Tawakoni, moving east towards Quinlan, Flats, with the potential of golf ball size hail. And a lot of it. These storms could drop a lot of hail. the expectation in general is this activity should be weakening over the next hour. But we'll see. It might not. Might see some of this continue for quite a while yet. See if we can't set up some traffic cameras here. So 2 severe storms right now. One, east side of Lake Tawakoni, could be a whole lot of hail. Second storm passing just north of Mount Vernon, moving east towards Mount Pleasant. That's going to cross Interstate 30 northeast of Mount Pleasant, it looks like. With the potential of both these storms producing golf ball size hail. All right, so it's 9:04. We've got 2 severe storms now moving east across parts of northeast Texas. 1 severe storm now over East Tawakoni and Point. That's just a mean storm. That thing's going to clobber Emory. Could be at least golf ball size hail with that. Potential for a lot of hail. The hail size is maybe a little smaller, but it may be enough to make it look like it snowed. Then up here north of Mount Vernon, this storm is capable of also producing copious amounts of quarter to maybe ping pong ball size hail as it moves off to the east towards, well, Mount Pleasant. And in the next hour or two, I expect this activity is going to start to weaken as it moves east into a more capped air mass. By capped, I mean there's a lid on the atmosphere. It's technically a temperature inversion to where you need a certain amount of upward force to essentially break through the cap. One way we do it typically here in the spring is if we get warm enough, temperatures can go high enough that allows the inversion or the cap to be weakened or lifted. Another way is if we have a large-scale source of upper-level lift arrive. Appreciate everyone sending reports in tonight. We definitely appreciate it for sure. It's great to be able to share that information. And remember, we do Texas weather for y'all. The weather sphere scope on YouTube's exploded over the last few years, but I'm willing to bet if you're watching other channels right now, they're going to be focused on the 10 or so tornado warnings from parts of northeastern Arkansas through Illinois and Indiana, as they should be. Well, we in Texas, guess what? We're doing Texans for Texas weather. See it. And by the way, here on YouTube, if you're watching us, we have a 24/7 live channel, by the way, that the same software I'm using now goes all across the state. We have those weather warnings. We have some great music. And then, yeah, we're going to be live tomorrow, probably by 4 or 5 p.m. And we'll schedule the live in advance a bit so you're able to know. And if you click subscribe and get notified about that, you'll be able to watch us. And of course, we'll be live on the Texas Storm Chasers website and mobile app as well. But again, we have 2 severe storms. DFW, you're done until storms in the morning. Jimmy, thanks for the report of quarter-size hail out of East Hawakanee. Lamar and Fannin counties, you're clear. That storm over Honey Grove is dissipating quickly. Y'all ended up getting some hail in Honey Grove, though, it looks like. So, those of you north of Mount Vernon on Highway 37, this storm could still be producing some quarter-size hail as it moves off to the east at about 30 miles an hour. It is weakening, but is still capable of some 1-inch diameter size hail. It's going to be moving off to the east at about, 35 miles an hour towards Mount Pleasant, areas just north of Winfield, Highway 271. Hopefully that weakening trend will continue, though. And if it does, it may not make it to Naples, or at least in a highly weakened state. Down in the Emory area, you can see east of East Hawakanee. Those of you in Point, this storm still packs a punch. The possibility of golf ball size hail and localized damaging straight line winds over 60 miles per hour with this storm. And hopefully we'll be able to get rid of this storm in the next hour or two, but it still remains pretty potent with potential for up to golf ball size hail and localized damaging straight line winds over 60 miles an hour. And then otherwise, we do have some showers back over Greenville. Same thing on the Dallas North Tollway up here near the Sam Rayburn Tollway. And otherwise, we're down to 2. Storm number 1, located over Highway 37, a couple miles north of Mount Vernon, moving off to the east. Again, about 35 miles an hour with the potential of nickel to quarter size hail, localized damaging winds of 60 miles per hour. And then you can see the lightning there on that camera. That is near Winfield. And then we have this storm over Emory. That storm, quite a bit of hail with that. Could be quarter to golf ball size as it moves off to the east. At about 40 miles an hour. Good evening, Bob. Good to see you. So those of you in Emory, you're going to be dealing with this nonsense soon. Potential for quite a bit of quarter-size hail. The hail core on both these storms are coming down, I think, thankfully. The storm north of Mount Vernon is weakening slowly. You can see how the size is coming down. It still has some hail, but that's decreasing, and we're starting to see the same for folks out here in Emory. And then, yeah, let's do this. Here at 9:15, we'll talk about what we expect overnight to tomorrow. So we'll do that. So those of you in Emory, you're going to be getting some hail here shortly, if not already, as this storm moves off to the east at about 40 miles an hour. Hail sizes are starting to come down a bit. Earlier they were tennis balls. Now we're doing maybe some quarters to ping pong balls. Quinlan, you're clear. Greenville, you're clear. You're getting a shower, but that's it. DFW, you are clear, but you may have storms in the morning. In fact, these are the only storms we have left right now, so we're down to 2. And this one up north of Mount Vernon seems to be on the downtrend. One way we can look at that is I'll show you a product called Echo Tops here. Let me switch over to a product. They're going to make me use this. Fine. So here's Echo Tops. If you were watching us yesterday, you probably saw, this over 60,000 feet. Now take a look. These storms are weakening pretty quickly. Storm tops are dropping. We're below 50,000 feet. The storm north of Mount Vernon's about 40,000. This one near Emory is still probably 45,000. They were close to 60,000 feet back when they were just east of DFW. Robin, thank you very much for that generous super chat. And yeah, let us know. The storm is weakening, but I think you might end up with a lot of nickel to quarter size hail. So it may look like it snowed. And then back here in DFW, we've just got some residual showers that are weakening quickly. Otherwise, the show's over in DFW. So, storm northeast of Mount Vernon, just south of Talco, is quickly weakening now. We're seeing it decrease in size and intensity, which is good. That's still going to bring some small hail to Highway 271. From just south of Talco, probably to near north of Mount Pleasant. And then the storm just north of Emory. That thing's still dropping hail, maybe nickel to quarters, but a lot of it. Ignore Nightbot. It's being temperamental. I thought I fixed that. But the good news is these storms are weakening. But still have some hail. All right, as I promised, we're going to take a look at tomorrow. So, let me clean this up. We'll go out to the state view. And first off, let's clear everything off the map. And let's take a look at the severe weather outlook for tomorrow. Now, we're going to get a new one of these around 1 a.m. Central Time, and I think we'll probably see it expanded a bit further southwest. But for now, the severe weather outlook for Tuesday afternoon and evening is we have the potential for scattered to several severe thunderstorms across North Texas, Texoma, and Northeast Texas. This could include a morning round of some hail, and then an afternoon and evening round of more intense severe thunderstorms, supercells, capable of producing big hail, damaging winds, and a few tornadoes. Your tornado risk for tomorrow is very low to low. So the tornado risk would be secondary to very big hail and localized damaging winds. But still, we'll have to keep an eye on it. And again, we'll get updates for that tomorrow. Don't, live on exactly what is shown where with that, because the lines always change and Mother Nature frankly doesn't care. Just like tonight, most areas in DFW were just in level 1 out of 5 risk, and guess what? We had storms. All right, let's take a look now at the high-res rapid refresh model for overnight into tomorrow. And again, this is one model. It's not going to have everything perfect. In fact, probably not perfect at all. And at this point, I just want to see what it's showing overnight. And we're going to let the data load, and then I'll let it play, and we'll talk through it. So here's 10 p.m. You can see it is weakening this activity in North Texas, Northeast Texas, which does seem to be what is happening right now. Let's take a look. Guess what? We see some isolated storms maybe fire up near Sanderson. This by 12 to 1 a.m. We'll see if that happens. There might be some upper level lift arriving, which tries to do that. Here is 4 a.m. This tries to fire up a couple of storms in West Texas. That moves them east across the big country, western North Texas, northwest Texas. Here's 7 a.m. And again, wherever these storms are, they may not be there. I may not be there at all, or they may be farther east. Some of them could have hail. Here's 9 a.m., 10 a.m. You can see a cluster of showers and storms from southern and southeastern Oklahoma moving across Texoma, North Texas. Northeast Texas, here's noon. You can see we actually have some pretty strong-looking storms here from Texarkana to Tyler, and these could have hail at 1 p.m. if this model's right. Now, I want to emphasize it probably won't be. So I'm just trying to give a general guideline. There might be some morning storms from West Texas, the big country, Texoma, North Texas, Northeast Texas. But take a look. Things clear out. Here's 5 p.m. Those morning storms leave a outflow boundary over DFW, which could act as a focal point for new vigorous afternoon thunderstorm development. Here's 6 p.m. Yeah, that would be not good. Those would be, probably dropping baseball to softball size hail in the Metroplex, if that were right. Here's 7 p.m. Yeah, that would be very unpleasant. That would probably be a $1 billion hailstorm. 8 p.m., and you can see that tries to develop storms that move southeast into tomorrow evening as a small cluster. So, yes, if this model is correct, we're going to be busy tomorrow afternoon and evening. But guess what? If we have morning storms, we're going to have to see where the morning storms leave an outflow boundary. Are they going to get out in time for things to destabilize? They probably would. And then where are those afternoon and evening storms going to be? So we'll find all that out tomorrow. Really, these models are not going to handle this all great. It's just where you have to start interpreting data, and then by, tomorrow morning, do we have storms? Yes or no? Okay. By the afternoon, we're going to watch satellite. We're going to start seeing towering cumulus clouds develop in probably east of the dry line and in proximity of a boundary that may be left from morning storms. We'll be able to look at that. We'll be able to look at surface weather station data and start pinpointing areas of higher severe storm potential. Frankly, honestly, it's not as much severe storm potential. It's where are the storms going to develop? Because if we have storms tomorrow afternoon, evening, and we will, they're going to be quite intense and rowdy with severe weather, big hail, damaging winds, etc. So, we'll see. All right, let's go back to the real-time radar. And the good news is these storms are weakening quickly. They are running into the cap, and they are weakening quickly. I'm going to switch this back over to a view. I'll try to loop this back as far as I can here. And you can see how quickly these storms are starting to weaken. You can tell that the lightning output's decreasing considerably, and their size is decreasing. So I think we're going to be done here soon, folks. The storm just north of Emory still has probably some residual nickel to quarter size hail falling. Maybe a little bit bigger. But I think we're going to be done with these soon. My expectation is these are going to continue to weaken very quickly, and they may not even have a radar signature left at all by 10 p.m. So that's good. All these storms are weakening at this point. We have one storm just northwest of Mount Pleasant that is probably not even severe anymore. You can see how quickly it is decreasing, and the storm just northeast of Emory, moving towards Yantis, is doing the exact same thing, which is good. That's what we want to see. So we should be done with these storms here by 10 p.m., and the risk of severe weather is rapidly decreasing now. Hail sizes are rapidly decreasing, and we are seeing what is probably about to be a quiet remainder of the evening before we might end up having some issues with storms in the morning. So we'll keep an eye on this activity as it moves off to the east. But here's another look at the higher res radar. And as y'all can see, things are weakening quickly. Both these storms are diminishing. And with that, here's luck. Here's hoping that we are going to be done here shortly. So, what we are going to do at this point is we're going to move everyone over to our 24/7 live stream. I think our risk of severe weather is just about over. And if we have any big hail still falling, it's going to be done probably in the next 10 minutes. And even big hail, I mean, it's quarter. So what I'm going to do, as these storms continue to rapidly weaken, we're going to move y'all to the 24/7 live stream. And I'm going to go ahead and get a video put together that we can get posted by 10 p.m. and then get a written article with that as well. So keep an eye out for that video here, hopefully posted by 10 p.m. But as our severe weather risk rapidly decreases here, as storms diminish, we're going to go ahead and switch on over to the 24/7 live stream. And we'll get a video out for tomorrow here by 10 p.m. So thanks for popping on in, y'all. Stick around here. It should scoot you over to the live 24/7 live stream. And we appreciate everyone hopping on in. We'll see you here for that video in like 30 minutes. And then, yeah, we'll have multiple videos tomorrow and live severe weather coverage. So thanks for popping on in. We appreciate it. We'll see you later. Have a good night. And God bless.